My personal motto, and what I want to encourage you to do today, is know yourself, be yourself, love yourself. All month long, we have been focusing on the importance of loving ourselves. Yes, it's important that you love yourself. Now, personally speaking, as I have learned how to love myself, one of the things that I really had to learn to do was to accept that God did not make any mistakes when he created me. As I've discussed before, as I've shared before, I struggled for years with my appearance. I didn't like the way I looked, particularly my hair. Yeah, because I've never had long hair. And not only has my hair always been short, but it was described as being nappy. But 7 years ago, I took a bold stance. What did I do? I decided that I was going to embrace that so-called nappy hair and wear my natural hair texture. And in fact, I wrote about my experience in my blog, and I titled that article Naturally Me. And so I would like to share that article with you, and I hope and pray that it blesses you. Here's the article. The day I sat in my hairstylist salon chair expressing how I was ready to take a break from braids, ponytails, and weaves marked the day I courageously became naturally me. If you had told me a few months prior to that moment that I'd be wearing my own naturally textured hair, I would have considered you delusional. For a good portion of my life, I felt like my hair wasn't good enough. Have you ever heard the phrase good hair? It has been used so extensively in the Black community that actor and comedian Chris Rock used it to title his 2009 documentary. Well, no one ever pointed to me while uttering those words. And why would they, when my hair was the exact opposite of what was deemed good? For years, I struggled with the notion that I didn't have long, silky hair. However, by the time I reached adulthood, I let the dream of having quote unquote good hair go, choosing instead to embrace and appreciate the hair God had given me. As a part of my growing process, I even joked about having nappy hair. I was learning to love me for me. Or was I? I was accepting of my nappy hair as long as I was getting those touch-ups every 4 to 6 weeks. Yes, I said 4. I know, ridiculous. It's a wonder I still had hair. Although I was over the idea of wearing long hair, I still greatly depended on relaxers. Despite the hair breakage, hair shedding, and even hair loss I endured, I believe there was no other way. I had a chemical dependency to the ever popular creamy crack. I quietly entertained thoughts of becoming naturally me, but fear stifled me. What was I afraid of, you ask? I feared being criticized and ridiculed. And let's be honest, as human beings, it feels good to be accepted, to receive compliments, and have people like you. However, I had to realize that in this imperfect world, some people are just not going to approve of you, no matter what you do. As I stood in my mirror staring at the TWA, or teeny weeny afro, my stylist had just carefully coiffed, I finally was able to recognize my God-given beauty. Who told you that something was wrong with your hair? God asked me. I didn't answer. It wasn't me, he continued. I still didn't respond. How could I? God was right. He didn't make a mistake when he created me. Nevertheless, human standards of beauty caused me to believe that I had been cheated. After God finished speaking to me, I immediately repented for all the years I wasted criticizing myself. Ultimately, I wasn't criticizing me, but my Creator. In that moment, I was set free to be naturally me. And in fact, as I continue to embrace my natural hair, I saw immediate changes. My scalp was healed instantly from dryness, from flakiness. My hair has gotten thicker over time. And those bald spots, yes, I had bald spots. They have now been filled in. Now, I'm not suggesting that every woman should wear her natural hair, no. But what I am suggesting is that you love you for you and be happy in your own skin, even if some people don't like it, and that's real. Because when I first started wearing my natural hair, I had critics. Oh yes, I had those, even those close to me, who shared their opinion of how I should wear my hair. Oh, I think you look better this way. But I had to ignore those comments because I was doing this for me. And there may be people today who still don't like the way I wear my hair, but I honestly don't care because I am finally free. Plus, God told me to be me. He said, be true to who you are, Kim. See, back in the 90s when I was in college, I actually wanted to wear my natural hair, but I was too afraid of what people would think, what they would say. I allowed people's opinions to keep me bound, but no more. And so I want to encourage you to do the same. Now, your issue, it may not be hair. It may be your weight. It may be your height. It may be your complexion. But whatever your issue is, whatever it is, I encourage you to love you for you. Because guess what? Guess what? God loves you.